Here is the most important section that I believe and the most important thing that you can do. And I call this creating a Facebook millionaire mindset. So I have a lot of friends who are 7-figure and 8-figure a year earners, and many of them are business owners and entrepreneurs and online marketers. In fact, all of them are entrepreneurs of some sort. And when I ask my friends, I like to just always ask people, hey, so what is your number one secret to success? And without fail, every single one of my friends that makes $1 million a year more, every single one says it's having the right mindset. And this is what I call having a millionaire mindset, or in our case, a Facebook millionaire mindset. Now, it was the work of Carol Dweck, who wrote a great book called Mindset. In the book called Mindset, she did something interesting. She put everybody into two categories. So essentially all people into two categories. And she said, there are people out there with a fixed mindset, and there are other people out there with a growth mindset. And a fixed mindset are people who believe that they cannot affect the world around them. If something good happens, it's luck. If something bad happens, it's fate. And they really have no control over their own success and their own lives. People with a fixed mindset are going to have an incredibly difficult time having success in anything, let alone Facebook. Now, on the other side of the equation here are people with a growth mindset. Now, growth mindset, as Carol Dweck writes, it's way more than just positive thinking. It is believing that you can do it. It is believing that if you want to be a bestseller in your category, that nothing will stop you, and you will work and work and work until you achieve that goal. It's believing that nothing is going to stand in the way between you and the life that you want to live, the success that you want to have. So it goes way beyond positive thinking. And I know that you, because you are here, have a growth mindset. And so let me go through the 8 mindsets right now that you're going to need to achieve the Facebook millionaire mindset status. So mindset number 1, marketing is the highest priority in my business. And you are going to create a marketing habit. So when you look at what are the things that make you money in your business and what are the things that don't make you money in your business, what you'll find is if you kind of create a list of what are all the things that make money and all the things that don't make money, the list of things that don't make money is far, far, far longer than the list of things that do. What does make you money? Marketing and sales and creating your content that you will market and sell. Those are really the only things that create money in your business. So if you can put simply marketing as the highest priority in your business, and you can create a habit, it takes 21 days to create a habit, and you can do what I call the marketing habit, and that is simply 15 minutes a day in your business to work on marketing. And in 15 minutes a day, in not a whole lot of time, in 30 days, maybe it's 60 days, maybe it's 90 days, you can do an amazing amount of highly productive work that is going to help you build your business, sell your books, and ultimately make the money that you want to make in your life. So highest priority in your business is to create that marketing habit. Mindset number 2. Marketing does not begin with scheduling a webinar. It does not begin with asking for a referral. It doesn't begin with going to a lit tip meeting or a networking group. It doesn't begin with scheduling, your next event. Marketing is not an event. Marketing begins with understanding your customers better than they understand themselves. What I like to say here is I like to tell a little story about don't build a Zune What's a Zune? Well, if you don't know what a Zune is, don't worry, because most people have never heard of a Zune. A Zune was Microsoft's version of the iPod. It was Microsoft's version of the digital Walkman. And in the year 2000, before the iPods came out, there were a couple companies that were poised to take over the digital MP3 market. Now, Sony had the digital Walkman, and they invented the Walkman in the 70s. So they had not only 30 years of experience in these portable music players, they had the name, they had Sony record labels. So they were really poised to be number one. Now, Microsoft, at the time in the year 2000, they were one of the largest companies in the world. They had so much money. They literally had billions to spend on creating their Zune that you would have put them as a very, very, very strong contender to, maybe even beat Sony. And then along comes Apple. And so what happened is that Sony and Microsoft really thought they really didn't understand their customers. They didn't understand their customers' needs. They thought they did. They thought everybody was looking for a better MP3 player. And here's the thing. Nobody wanted a better MP3 player. People hated how complex MP3 players were. They were a total pain to understand. It was a pain to download the music. It was a pain to get the music on them. Everything about them was a pain. And Steve Jobs, CEO of Apple, had a different way of looking at marketing and the market. What he looked at is, what is the big problem that everybody has that we can solve, that people are going to be willing to solve? And what he realized is the big problem was that what people really hated in 1999 and in every year before that is if there was a favorite song that you wanted to buy, you had to buy the entire album just to get one song. So whoever your favorite artist was, let's say it was Def Leppard and you wanted to buy Pour Some Sugar on Me. Hey, I'm talking about 1999 here, okay? And you wanted that one song, you had to buy the whole album. No matter how much you hated the rest of the songs, you had to pay $14 for that one song. Well, Steve knew that this was a problem. And so what he did is, instead of going to build a better MP3 player, what he did is he went out and he went and got the record contracts first to say, the record companies are now going to let people to buy just one song. And then he built iTunes to make it really easy to download. And then he built the iPod. And the iPod, it wasn't a better MP3 player. It was twice as expensive and it had half of the capacity of the Zune and the Sony Walkman. However, the rest of the story goes like this. Apple completely crushed the competition because they solved the customer's problem. They understood their customer's real problem, and that was, I want to have 1,000 of my favorite songs in my pocket. I could care less about the device that it comes on. Hopefully the device is simple, but make it easy for me and give me my 1,000 favorite songs in my pocket. So the point of that story is that marketing begins with understanding your customers better than they understand themselves. And if you can understand your customers by talking to them and asking them what their biggest challenges are, you can write the perfect book that matches exactly what they want. Mindset number 3. Successful marketing, and I don't care, it doesn't matter what kind of book you're coming out with. It could be a fantasy book, it could be a fiction novel, it could be a business book like I have. Successful marketing of your book and your business is a step-by-step process that absolutely anyone can learn to do. So the very best marketers, a lot of people think that the best marketers are people who are good talkers and people who are good salespeople, and that's really not true. The best marketers are really the best listeners, are really the best people who can execute a simple, powerful, effective step-by-step process. And we're going to teach you that step-by-step process in this program. Mindset number 4, marketing is finding a problem your customer has and then building the solution. So like I said with my story about the Zune, one of the biggest mistakes that us entrepreneurs make is we write a book or we build a service, or we build a product, and then try and find customers. That is exactly backwards to the way that you should do it. Marketing is about finding customers first and then building a solution. Well, you might say, well, wait a minute, I don't have any customers yet. My book hasn't come out yet. I don't have any readers yet. That's okay. Or even maybe you already have built you've written your book, or you've built your product, and you said, okay, well, I already have mine, so it's too late, right? No, it's not. The best thing that you can do is go and start to talk to prospective customers, prospective readers, and ask them, what is their biggest challenge that they're trying to solve? What is the biggest problem as it relates to what you do in the book that you're writing? What's the biggest problem that they want to solve? And then make your book to help them exactly solve that problem, the same way that Apple built the iPod and iTunes. Mindset number 5, marketing is about motivating your customers to take action. Mindset number 5 is about motivating your customers to take action. When we look at marketing and all things that we do with marketing, it is really intended to get your customers to either click here or sign up for your free report, or sign up for the first chapter of your book, or trade their email address, or click the actual buy button, the actual purchase button. Well, a big mistake that I see entrepreneurs making on Facebook particularly is they really focus on engagement. Facebook has this big number that says people talking about this, and a lot of people unfortunately spend a lot of time trying to get the people talking about this number up, and that doesn't do a thing to help your sales. It doesn't do anything to help you get new customers. Focusing on engagement is totally off the subject of motivating your customers to take action. So don't focus on those things. Focus on motivating your customers to take action, and we'll show you how to do that. Mindset number 6, here's a big dirty secret in marketing. Most of my marketing doesn't work. So 90% of the posts that I do on Facebook don't go viral at all. 9 out of 10 ads that I run on Facebook don't have great results, don't work very well, don't even have a positive return on investment. You might say, wow, that sounds like a 90% failure rate, Brett. And I say, well, actually, if you're in marketing, you need to start to look at everything that you do as a test. And I know when I am testing something new, if I'm marketing a new product, first off, I'm going to ask my customers exactly what they want that product to do for them, and then I'm going to deliver that. And then I'm going to have to try 10 different marketing methodologies, or 10 variations of the same marketing methodologies, and that could be an ad, it could be a lot of different things, to get one that's going to really work well. So every time if I'm going to start posting something new, I'm going to post 10 versions, and I consider each one a test, and I'm going to go with the one that works best. One of the biggest I guess responses that I have to people when I teach them something is they say, hey, well, I did the photo album stack and it didn't work. And I say, well, how many times did you do it? I said, well, I did it once. I said, well, okay, do it 10 more times and come back to me when you find one that worked really well. Or people say, oh, I ran your Facebook ad strategy and it didn't really work. And I say, well, how many different ads did you do? Well, one. How long did you run it for? 3 days. How much did you spend? $15. Okay, well, that was a great first try. Now I want you to do that 9 more times, and then let's find the one that did the best, and let's start to tweak that one and make it better and better and better. So if you look at marketing, the last thing that I have to say about this, and then we're going to move on, is that I feel like I'm running a marathon when everybody around me is sprinting. Marketing it's something that just goes on forever, and most of it won't work. So if you look at everything that you do as a test, and all you do is change and change and change and tweak and tweak and tweak, you will have the best chance of success. Mindset number 7 is that you will have to talk with customers every day to really understand the needs of your customers. Now, sometimes I tell this to people and entrepreneurs and authors, and they get really scared. I don't want to talk to customers. Wait a second. If you want to have success, you need to understand what's going on in your customers' minds. You need to understand your customers' pains. You need to understand, why do your customers buy from you? And what I have found is that even if you're scared of talking to customers, or if you don't have any customers, talking to prospective customers, you have to do it. Consider it market research. You have to do the market research and talk to your customers. And again, as part of the marketing habit, if you can do this on a daily basis, and I'll show you how to do it on Facebook, it's actually really easy. And the best thing is, you will discover that once you talk to 2 or 3 customers, it gets fun. It gets fun because your customers will appreciate you. They will appreciate you infinitely more when you speak with them and try to understand their needs. Next, the success of your marketing is directly proportional to the perceived value you create for your customers. Well, what does that mean? Well, when you will find out very quickly, if you have a Facebook page and you're not getting any likes, the chances are that you're not providing any value. If you do a post on Facebook and that post gets no likes, there's probably no perceived value from your customers. And the good news is that if you implement your marketing the way that I'm going to teach you, you're going to be doing lots and lots of different posts, and you will know right away which posts will work and which posts are creating perceived value for your customers. So again, the best thing I love about Facebook is it gives you instant feedback. So there's no guessing. You'll do 10 different types of posts, and one of them will get lots of likes. That's what your customers value. You don't have to guess. You just have to try and do lots of different techniques that you're going to learn. Finally, mindset number 9. So I think I said there was 8 mindsets. There's actually 9. Marketing is an ongoing activity. It's perpetual. It is eternal. So it is not something that you do one time. Marketing is not trying to fill one webinar. Marketing is not trying to fill an event or get a referral. Marketing is a habit. The most successful people create the marketing habit, and it's something that we do every day. And if you can make it a habit, you can make it easy and effortless. And if you align your business with your life goals, it can feel not only effortless, it can feel fulfilling to do marketing every single day. It's easy, it's fun, and you're helping people, and you can feel like you're just playing on Facebook and in fact be doing legitimate, real marketing of getting your customers to take action and understanding their needs and helping them by adding value to them. So if you can do that, you can really have some significant success with your mindset. So here's your first exercise. Pull out your pen and piece of paper. Right now, I want you to answer these 3 questions. Question number 1, what is the part of your business mindset that has held you back from success? What's the part of your business mindset that has held you back from success? Question number 2, and so as an example of question number 1, for me, before I understood these techniques that I'm teaching you and understood about mindset, the biggest part of my business mindset that was holding me back is I didn't know that I could create a marketing habit. I was buried with email and buried with business busy work. I was just focusing on the parts of my business that didn't make any money. And that was all the administrative stuff, all of the stuff responding to a million different emails and none of them making me any money. So the part of my business success that was helping me back is I didn't know that there was such a thing as creating a marketing habit, and I didn't even know that I was focused on the things that weren't making me any money and that I needed to focus on the things that could make me money. So if you're like me, the part of my business success was that I didn't make marketing the priority in my business. Question number 2, what mindset shift will make the biggest difference towards business success? So again, for me, that mindset shift was creating the marketing habit, was saying in the beginning, okay, I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes a day to marketing every day. And then I was able to move that up to 10 minutes a day as my business started to get customers. And then I was able to move that to 15 minutes a day as I got more customers. And then I was able to quit my $200,000 a year day job after 2 years of doing a little bit of marketing every single day, because my business was now making $200,000 a year. That mindset shift made the biggest difference towards business success, and that was creating a marketing habit. And finally, what will you do to consistently put this mindset in action to ensure that you create business success? And again, for me, the answer was getting a coach. So getting somebody who could hold me accountable. Now, before I could afford a coach, I would talk to my friends who were, in my Facebook groups, who were other entrepreneurs. And what I found is that there's a lot of affordable coaches out there who can help you with accountability. And then over time, I started to get more successful, and then I started to hire more authentic coaches, and coaches that were more successful. And now my coach is $3,000 a month, and actually it's $5,800 a month, and I'm glad to pay it because my business is generating $30,000 a month in sales. So what will you do to consistently put this mindset in place? And so if you can get an accountability partner, you can find an accountability partner, if you remember, in the Facebook group, the VIP Facebook group, or go out and find your own. But what will you do to consistently put this mindset in action? So go ahead and answer these 3 questions, and then we will see you in the next session.